Okay guys, you're welcome back, and today in this course, psychological tests and test constructions 1, we are going to be talking about test NOM. It's going to be a very short but very important video. Yes, what is test NOM? We use this term when we are talking about a process of trying to developing and validating a test instrument. When we want to develop and validate a test instrument, any instrument must go through this. This is the process we call test NOM. We try to ensure that the instrument is very good. I'm trying to use the word just to ensure that it particularly is a reliable and valid measure of that construct. The participant to be used, the instrument, to how to norm it, how to develop the items, all those questions you see, I feel blue, I feel yellow, I feel this in questionnaires, they are not just English or just a literary prowess, right? There are steps in step norming, or that's a step norms, test, right? Test norms, and I'm not dropping this carelessly. This is a very important topic you must know, very important. The first one is define the construct, operationalize the situation, operationalize the behavior, make it very clear. If you want to use the word, should I use a very complex word? Lose, L-O-O-S-E, lose, right? What kind of lose are you talking about? Is he in terms of an activity or an act or an adjective or a noun? How? What are you going to talk about? The lose clothes or lose situation, lose relationship, lose emotion? Please, you cannot have them all ambiguous in this situation. You must operationalize, be able to operationalize to the behavior of interest you are interested in. That is the first one, definition of item. Then the next is to start developing items. I suppose at this point to also tell us what is items, and that would be okay, but item is item, right? Item is item. Those questions we respond to. So you start looking for the words. This is very important because you have been able to operationalize. If your lose, you mean is talking about loose clothes. So we are understanding that you'll be having things like my clothes, my waist, the clothes, and all of those things. I don't know what that will be there. I'm not trying to develop that, right? But you ensure that you are not going to reflect anything, lose relationship, lose attitude towards something, lose no, but simply what you are interested in. The items should be enough, much. Like you separate the good ones, you separate the bad ones from the good ones and every other thing. And the next thing is pilot testing. You go on pilot testing using the population you want to use it for. It's very important in this topic. The population, like I talked about my instrument that was normed or validated using a Spanish population, we still have to run a pilot study to know how we reconstruct those items to make sure that this is a valid measure that can be used for African community, adolescents that are going under collectivistic culture, right? So that pilot study is key, is part of that validation and norming of instruments, very important. Then after you run the analysis or that pilot study, the next is to analyze the outcome. We analyze it and see the outcome. How reliable is this? How valid is this? What is the comeback alpha? What is the internal consistency measure? What of the p value? What of the r value? The Pearson correlation, right? All of those things. Analysis is very important. Then you test them. When we test them in that, after the analysis, you check what we are talking about, right? This Cronbach alpha. When we are talking about even invalidity, we talk about factorial analysis. Not only, reliability is Cronbach alpha, right? Then invalidity, we talk about the kind of test we run there is what we call factorial analysis. Then criterion related analysis also. And remember, when I say criterion analysis, the last video we did, we talked about criterion validity, right? So you will check if this item is different from all the criterions it's supposed to be differing from, and if it correlates, or now positively or negative, I don't know, but the word is similar to the ones it's supposed to be similar, right? So, and then if it has strong predictive validity also. And then the last is NOMing. NOMing at this point, we're not talking about the population is meant for, to administer it to them and then ensure that these are people you use to develop it, and this is good for this age grade or characteristics of person. Is this gender, or is it heterogeneously valid and every other thing? And this is test norm. To check your test norms, please, if you want to participate in any norming of instruments, maybe my loose instrument, right? If I want to do that, please, you can prompt me in the comment box. I will take your details. Just at the comment box. But first, subscribe and then give us a thumbs up, and I'll be expecting to see those that will volunteer to be part of the population that we use to norm our loose instrument. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.